Hello student, hope all of you are doing well. So today we are going to discuss our last topic of this chapter, which is about procedure and limitations of planning. So let's start. So student, as in our last video we have discussed about the policy and its types and its feature. So in today's video we are going to learn about what in details about the procedure, which is very important for your exam purpose. So first of all, you should know that procedure is a systematic way of handling a specific task. It lays down a series of steps to be taken to do a particular job. So now what do you mean by procedure? So procedure जनरली स्टूडेंट क्या होते हैं, जहाँ पे बहुत सारा स्टेप्स होते हैं जिसके ज़रिए कोई एक पर्टिकुलर टास्क कंप्लीट किया जाता है. ठीक है, इन सिंपल टर्म्स वी नो दिस. और you may get lots of definitions in your book, like the definitions given by the George R. Terry, which is about a procedure is a series of related tasks that make up the chronological sequence and the established way of performing the work to be accomplished. Means एक के बाद एक क्या क्या स्टेप लेने से हम लोग एक पर्टिकुलर टास्क अकॉम्प्लिश करेंगे, उसको हम लोग प्रोसीजर बोलते हैं. एंड एज यू नो, दिस इज वन ऑफ द types of planning, which is standing plan. Okay, so let's discuss about the features or characteristics of procedure. So point number one is it is essentially the steps involved in doing different jobs. So this means what? Procedures generally क्या होते हैं? Procedures essentially involve the methods, as I already discussed, or steps of doing different works. It specifies as to how a particular operation or each of the job or operations are to be performed. क्लियर, कैसे एक काम कौन सा स्टेप्स के ज़रिए हम लोग करेंगे. पॉइंट नंबर टू इज़ इट हैज़ ए बेयरिंग ऑन ऑल अदर डिपार्टमेंट. Now what does it mean? See student, procedure may be concerned with other department also. For example, execution of an order may have its influence or bearing with other departments like marketing, production, finance and transport, etc. So this means what? For example, किसी एक डिपार्टमेंट ने सपोज कोई प्रोसीजर फॉलो कर रहा है पर्टिकुलर टास्क के लिए, तो उसका बेयरिंग दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में भी होगा. तो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज सेड दैट इट हैज़ ए बेयरिंग on all other department. Point number 3 is it is pervasive in nature. As you know, pervasive का meaning क्या है? Universal. तो it's simple that procedures are pervasive in nature and they are required for every department for all sorts of work. No matter whether it's a big work or small work, but we need procedure, and it is pervasive one, means it is universal. Point number 4 is it facilitates easy decision making. Yes, obviously, if you want to take any decisions, if you want to make any decisions, important decisions for the organization, you need stepwise steps. Okay, and as you know, procedure involves lots of steps. So these procedures are systematic and detailed arrangement for doing various works at different levels. So its object is to help or facilitate easy decision making at various levels of management. Okay. Point number 5 is it helps in proper implementation of the policies. So if you want to implement the policies, if you want to implement the guidelines for the whole organization, you need the procedure, and procedure is the only way of getting a successful policy for the whole organization. Procedures sets are always intended to help the various levels of management in implementing the policies in a proper way. So this is all about the features of procedure. Now let's discuss about the advantages of procedure. Okay, procedures का क्या advantages हो सकता है? So from the features also you can write down. I think you have understood the importance of procedure. So let's discuss the advantages one by one. It minimizes the burden. Okay, the procedure minimizes the burden of decision making because the sequence of steps to be followed is standardized. Obviously, when you are when you are following the step by step for doing a particular task or for making decisions, so your decision making is will be a standardized one, and which minimize the burden from the point of view of the managers or top level managers who are going to take the decisions. Point number 2 is simplification. Procedure eliminates the unnecessary steps and simplifies the performance of work. Okay, because in a procedure we have to follow a set of rules, and while following this set of rules, it simplifies the performance. Okay, in unnecessary steps are avoided. Next point is uniformity and consistency. Procedure ensure uniformity and consistency of action under repetitive situations. Okay, there should be a uniformity, consistency is there. Okay, like suppose you are doing some particular work, and for this work you have to follow these steps. So these steps is followed while doing this particular work or similar kind of work. It is not like that for this kind of, for a particular work you are following these steps, and again the next work which is similar to the earlier one, and you are following the other steps. This should not be like that if you are following a good procedure. Next, medium of control. So with procedure you can control the whole organization. Procedures may lay down the standard path to accomplish a specific task, and thus serve as a medium of control by enabling the managers to evaluate the performance of subordinates. That means हर एक step पे क्या होता है, the managers can control the work, managers can check the actual performance with the standard one. So these are the advantages of procedure. So I hope you have understood the meaning of procedure. तो procedure student is nothing, याद रखना क्या है, एक systematic way होते हैं जिसके ज़रिए हम लोगों को एक particular task हम लोग कंप्लीट करते हैं. तो उसका एडवांटेजेस और फीचर्स हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया. तो लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट द लास्ट टॉपिक ऑफ दिस चैप्टर विच इज़ अबाउट द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ प्लानिंग. स्टूडेंट, लिमिटेशंस ऑफ प्लानिंग इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टूडेंट, यू शुड नो दैट जो प्लानिंग होते हैं, एज वी नो द प्लानिंग इज़ व्हाट, प्लानिंग इज़ प्राइमरी फंक्शंस ऑफ मैनेजमेंट और इट इज़ एन इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रोसेस, ऑल ऑफ यू नो, एंड इट इन्वॉल्व्स डिसीजन मेकिंग. बट प्लानिंग में भी कुछ लिमिटेशंस होता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमेशा प्लानिंग अच्छा ही होगा. तो क्या क्या लिमिटेशंस हो सकता है, हियर वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस. क्लियर? सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. Point number 1 is it is a costly process. Now why it is said that costly process? See student, planning basically क्या होते हैं, इस plan formulation is needed, indeed a costly affair. It involves the wastage of sufficient time, energy and money for collecting the facts and figures needed for the purpose and for testing of various alternatives. क्योंकि planning में देखो जो top executive है, they are sitting and they are in giving their energy, time, so that they can make a good plan. Okay, so it is a costly process, and on the basis of this plan you have to arrange the items, okay, to accomplish so that you can accomplish the goals. So that's why you can say that it is a costly process. Point number 2 is it is rigid in nature. So rigid का meaning क्या है? Rigid का meaning क्या है? Which is not flexible. That means what? Planning strictly adheres to some predetermined policies and programs which are usually not changed. Means once you make a plan, it is not possible to change it suddenly. Okay, क्योंकि तुम अगर as a suppose as a manager you have make some plan, तो अचानक से उस plan के ऊपर basis करके you have arranged everything, you are starting your work. तो अचानक से अगर तुम अपने planning को change करना चाहते हो तो उसमें बहुत सारा problems create हो सकता है, और ये possible भी नहीं है planning को अचानक से change करना. तो planning का जो ये nature है, rigidity, this creates limitations. Point number 2 is non-availability or reliable facts and figures may affect planning. Student, as we know, in the steps of planning we have understood that planning involves some steps. तो वहाँ पे एक steps था कि it is based on some assumption or premises. So premises में क्या होते हैं, where we have to presume about the future कि okay these things may happen, or you have to collect some past data जिसके ऊपर base करके हम लोग क्या करेंगे, planning करेंगे future में कि अच्छा past में इतना profit हुआ तो future में जाने से क्या profit हो सकता है. तो अगर हम लोगों का जो past data which is not accurate, suppose it is not accurate, or managers did some biasness, so that planning which is based on those inaccurate data cannot give us the good results. Okay, so non-availability and unreliable data may affect the planning, which is the limitations of plan. Next, point number 4 is it is subject to the influence of external factors, as it is the same like the rigidity in nature, because no matter how good planner you are or how much you have put efforts or how good plan you have made, but there are some times when external factors like in business environment there are lots of external factors involved like political, demographic, socio-economic. So these factors may affect your planning, and that scenario your planning may not work well. Okay, that's the problem, or that's the limitations of planning. Next, it is time consuming. So yes, planning involves lots of intellectual process, and here at the top level basically people uses their mental ability, think, they collect the data from the past, then predict about the future. So this is actually a time consuming process. So the process may take considerable time. It may not be feasible to undergo this process when the situation demands quick decisions. Okay, hence planning is useful only in normal times. Clear? Next point is good planning skill is needed for sound planning. Okay, so it's always necessary that the planner should be a good one. Okay, you cannot make plan out of blue. Okay, so planning requires vision, foresight and dynamism on the part of the planners to look ahead. उसको सोचना पड़ेगा कि future में क्या हो सकता है. तो planner must be a good one, and the all planners or the managers do not have these qualities, as we know, and if they don't have possess the good qualities of to make how to make a plan, and in such situation sometimes the planning may not work. So the sometimes become less useful if they are prepared by incompetent managers. So that's why it is very important the planner should be a good one. Good planning is needed for a good managers. Clear? Next point is inaccurate premise may affect it. So inaccurate premise means what, student? As we already discussed, every plan must be based on certain premises and assumption कि उसके ऊपर बेस करके हम लोग प्लानिंग करते हैं. If the plan is based on certain assumed condition, in such conditions do not remain valid and accurate during the plan execution period, then the whole plan will become valueless. Okay, तो जो प्रीमाइसेस के ऊपर बेसिस करके हम लोग प्लानिंग बनाएंगे. ओके, इफ द फ्यूचर में क्या करेंगे, फॉर एग्जांपल जीएसटी आ गया. क्लियर? सो जीएसटी आने से पहले मीन्स इसके बारे में डिस्कशन हो रहा था. तो दैट टाइम सपोज कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने सोचा कि अच्छा फ्यूचर में जीएसटी आने वाला है, तो फ्यूचर में ऐसा सिचुएशन होने वाला है, तो उसके ऊपर बेसिस करके वो वर्क करेंगे. तो अगर ऐसे केसेस में कोई और दूसरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिन्होंने जीएसटी को कंसिडर नहीं किया था, फॉर एग्जांपल प्रायर टू 2018 जब जीएसटी को कंसिडर नहीं किया था, तब उसको प्लान करके अगर कोई प्लानिंग बनाया है फ्यूचर के लिए, तो ऐसे केसेस में प्लानिंग वर्क नहीं करेगा. इफ़ द प्लान, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज सेड दैट इफ द प्लान इज बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन एज्यूम्ड कंडीशन एंड सच कंडीशंस डू नॉट रिमेन वैलिड एंड एक्यूरेट ड्यूरिंग द प्लान एग्जीक्यूशन पीरियड, देन द होल प्लान विल बिकम वैल्यूलेस. तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ प्लानिंग. So I hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, you can write down in the comment section. Okay, student? So this is for today. Thank you. Hello, student.